welcome to That Is Nice podcast. We are here with Jake and Nolan, frequently returning guest. So the first thing that we're going to discuss is the McDonald's fight. Do you think it was justified for the employee to fight the customer?
This is what I think. I think these employees go through a lot of bullshit every single day, and you can't blame them for snapping sometimes.
Do you know what happened?
Okay, based on what I read, she used the water cup to fill soda.
So she deserved to get her ass beat.
I feel like everyone does that shit, right? I mean, am I not the only one?
I mean, everyone does it, right? But what was I gonna say? Okay, so there was definitely some sort of escalation before that. We only saw the fight video. If you listen to the fight, she says something about...
No, dude, that's not true. There's a video of what happens before, and what happens before is, so she's sitting, and the employee shut off the soda machine because she's using the water cup for soda, and then the customer starts throwing French fries at her, and then she throws a milkshake at her, and then she beats her with a tray, and then the employee comes and fights her back. So I mean,
beats the shit out of her, dude.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, it's justified.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think so either. And I mean, she kind of had a responsibility to do that.
I agree.
What do you think, Nolan?
I mean, personally, I think did she really was it really justified to beat her ass? I mean, French fries, yeah, but you're supposed to be at a work environment, like a professional environment. Okay. And you're just going around beating someone's ass.
Yeah, dude. What if someone hit you with a tray?
I'd tell them to leave. I wouldn't fucking, all right.
We don't know what her day was before that. Her mans could have broke up with her.
Right.
She could have walked in on him fucking two other women.
Yeah, but these are just hypotheticals.
Right. Or they could be hypotheticals saying,
two people generally don't get that angry. Just
dude, she got hit in the head with a tray.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you supposed to just be zen?
I mean,
you're supposed to be. That's the job, but we're all human.
I mean, I guess that's a McDonald's employee type thing. I guess if you were in a different kind of work environment, a real professional job, not like McDonald's, maybe that you would just tell them to politely leave. I mean, I guess if you're in McDonald's, then you don't really have the right skill set. I guess you could snap like that.
That's a good point too, because it's what does she have to lose?
Right.
In doing
management position. Wasn't she the manager?
Whoop-de-doo, man.
McDonald's
Congrats you the fucklations.
You could go work at fucking Wendy's or Burger King or Taco Bell or KFC or fucking whatever the fuck else, Arby's.
Dude, you know how much money she could make just making a YouTube video, responding to it, or going on news stations? Way more than she'll make working at McDonald's,
or
even if she is a manager.
Like a UFC fighter, maybe? I don't know.
I know, dude. But I mean, what, Nolan?
I was going to say, she just whooped her ass.
She did. She deserved it, dude. And then the one chick had her...
Get a nice ass, though.
And you saw her tits at the end.
I know. How degrading is that? You just got them flopping around. You throw French fries because you're being cheap. That's a shame. But I mean, what do you... Okay, so speaking of justification, what do you think of the shooting in Florida?
Wait, I have a question.
What's your question? Yes.
She threw a milkshake.
Yep.
Which means she bought a milkshake. So why was she filling up a water cup with soda?
If she bought a fucking milkshake.
Yeah, she had a milkshake.
I don't know. She did it. She did it though.
Yeah, I guess she was just being an asshole then.
So what do you think is justified then? Do you think the black or the white man shooting the black guy in Florida over a parking space is justified?
Did you watch the video?
I didn't know it was a video. I just read the article.
There's a video.
Yeah, there's a video that you need to see before you even read anything.
Can I talk about it without seeing the video?
No, you gotta just watch. It's 2 seconds. Go to the article that I linked you and scroll. You should find the video.
Nah.
All right. Well, what do you think about? Okay, so like this will give us two different perspectives. So what do you think about the like not the video, but the case?
Jake or Jake?
Jake number one.
Jake number one. That's got to be me. That's got to be me. I think
you were born before me, so
based on what I read, I think it was. I mean, it's okay. The woman parked in a handicapped spot shouldn't be doing that, first of all. So he was just being a good Samaritan.
Right.
In my mind, he was being a good Samaritan, saying, get out of the handicapped spot, because what if someone needs to use it and she's just sitting there? And then the guy, he came out and pushed him, and he shot him when he was on the ground. I mean, I think it's a, I don't want to say a little, but quite a lot. He went to a far extent to handle that situation.
Right. But
in the video, he's backing up when he pulled out the gun, and then he shoots anyway.
Yeah, like, so whenever the guy pushes him and the old guy gets to the ground and pulls out his gun, the black dude puts his hands up and, like, turns his back almost and is like, hey, man, like, I don't want anything. So he's not, like, actively, like, getting on top of him and beating the shit out of him. If he did that, it would be justified to shoot the fucking dude.
He was, like, what was he, 24, I think?
Right, yeah.
And
but he's yelling at his family.
What?
Right.
Like, we walk out of wherever the fuck he was, probably like a gas station. And you see this like old guy yelling at your family,
like getting in their fucking face and pointing his finger.
He'd probably have a similar reaction.
Right.
Well, he did. Yeah, that's a good point, because he
didn't
know.
Right.
But he shouldn't have parked in the handicapped spot. None of this would have happened if he just parked in a normal spot.
But if you look
why
at
is it that guy's business?
He's being a good Samaritan. Like if you see someone beating their kid, hopefully you would step in and say, don't do that.
Okay, but
it's not your
someone
business.
Physically getting hurt. This is just a fucking spot. He was about to leave.
Yeah.
It's for handicapped people, though.
But if you look at the video, too, which is weird, is that the door to the gas station actually is, like, the handicap spot is not even super close to the door at all. Like, there's actually open parking spots right in front of the door. So, I mean, like, yeah, it's a handicap spot, but, like, there's actual spots that are fucking closer to the door than the handicap spot.
Still a handicap spot. It's still I mean, it could be, it's wider, you know, it has, like, the van accessibility. I don't know. I mean, Florida has stand your ground laws. So, well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the video, so I can't speak too much on it. But I don't see it being a problem. He shouldn't have pushed him.
I think he acted on emotion way too much. I think they both acted way too much on emotion. But I think that if you look at the stand your ground law, like the actual definition is law that allows somebody to use deadly force if they believe that is necessary to prevent death or great bodily harm. So all the dude was, he pushed him, right? So, I mean, I guess bodily harm, right? So then you think about it, and when you actually, like, look deeper into the law, I feel like if the dude actually got on top of him and started, like, humbling him and, like, started punching him in the face and shit, then yes, that could actually create great bodily harm. But since he didn't, he fucking backed away, then I feel like, therefore, like, the stand your ground rule doesn't even apply to this situation.
When did he back away? When he pulled the gun out, or when the guy got pushed down?
When he pulled the gun out.
So there you go. So the guy, he was probably not backing away and looking like he was going to pummel the shit out of the person on the ground.
That doesn't matter. That's the thing. Like, if the gun works as a threat, you shouldn't shoot.
Right. They teach you that in law enforcement. And, I mean, yeah, they're civilians and shit, but as soon as he showed that gun, the dude actually, like, literally, physically stepped away, backed up. And
how long between the guy pulling out the gun?
Watch the video. I'll send it to you. It's right here.
All right. How long between the guy pulling out the gun and him shooting that other person?
Probably 3 seconds.
Yeah, 3 or 4 seconds.
Okay, 3 or 4 seconds. So the guy, as soon as he saw the gun, backs away immediately.
Yeah.
Yes.
He starts backing away, he turns away, and then the guy shoots, and then he starts running inside.
So he shot him in the back?
He shot him in the chest.
Shot him in the chest first. Then dude turned around and then started going.
Well, let's see.
I linked it if you want to watch it.
I mean, I think that the guy who shot probably shouldn't have shot him 6 times. I feel like that's a little excessive.
He shot him 6 times.
Yes, I feel
Ooh.
like that's a little excessive.
So he shot him
Yeah.
while he was running away.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's a little much. That's a little
Right.
So,
But I also think that I think there was something with that old guy who actually confronted the dude's wife about parking in the handicap spot, is that he's done that multiple times. That's not the first incident that he's actually done that.
shot
So-
someone or complained
No,
about people.
somebody actually confronted somebody about parking in the handicap spot when they shouldn't have been at that same fucking place. So, like, part of me wants to think maybe he was looking for a fight, or
Or maybe he
maybe-
just cares. Maybe he has a handicapped relative, or like Jake said, maybe someone fucked his man's.
Yep. Someone definitely fucked his man's.
As long as someone if someone fucked your man's, it doesn't matter what you do after. It doesn't.
I agree.
All right, so Jake, your verdict is not justified.
Oh, definitely not.
All right,
I
and
would just
Nolan.
watch the video. You only, it's a minute, but you only got to watch the first 30 seconds.
Okay, I'll have to watch it.
I don't think it's justified.
You don't
I mean,
think
I
it's-
linked it. You could just watch it right now.
So Jake, what is your solution? Do you think there should be no guns?
Well, I mean, you should. I don't give a fuck about gun laws too much, honestly. I just don't think you should have like freaking AR. But
Why? Have you ever shot a gun?
no,
Okay. Well, ARs aren't really that crazy. It's a small round. Like, no, you've shot guns, of course. I've shot guns. They're small rounds. People
all right.
like them.
So take one bullet from an AR and tell me how it feels. It's just a small round.
I don't think guns should be illegal. I think that the process
shouldn't
of
be
getting
illegal.
guns
I agree with that.
should be a little bit tighter. Like, they should do a little bit more mental tests, I guess.
100%, I agree.
So think about the Parkland shooting. Like that kid was able to just walk in and buy a freaking AR-15
Right.
Yeah.
and shoot up a school. He killed 19 people in 5 minutes.
Right, but how many people don't die from other
Okay.
people having guns? Like, I mean, the guns are there in case of like.
How many people don't die from Ebola? Is it still deadly?
Huh?
I said, how many people don't die from Ebola? Is that still deadly virus?
I think per capita more die from Ebola than from people having guns. There's more guns
That's
in America than there are
definitely not
people. There's more guns in America than there are people. Everyone would be dead. Everyone would be dead.
That's true.
There's like over 350 million guns in America.
Okay. I mean, I think having a rifle that's like full action or pistol is okay. Or a
Why?
shotgun.
Why are those okay? They all
Because you
do
can't
the same thing.
you can't freaking kill 19 people.
Pistols are harder to get than a shotgun.
Yeah, I know that. You can get a shotgun at 18 because it has a stock on it, but a pistol you can conceal, so you can't.
Yeah, you got to be 21, and then you have to go for like 2 years.
You have to go for
before you-
training as well. You can't, right?
Yeah, and they
So-
like interview your neighbors and make sure you're okay.
So are you okay with that being a thing?
People like having it be a process to get it.
To get a pistol, yeah.
Yeah. I just wish it was
So-
faster.
So why are you not okay with that being a thing for ARs? They're more deadly.
Are they more deadly though? Because you can't
Yes.
really conceal an AR. You
I
can bring a
think-
You can't
pistol
conceal
anywhere.
an AR, but you can kill it. It has like a 30-round magazine.
No, they don't. Like not-
ARs, yes they do.
they do, but good luck getting one, especially in New York.
Well, this was in Florida.
Well,
Yeah.
in Florida, yeah. In Florida, yeah. But I mean, guns. People have guns just so we can protect ourselves against a tyrannical government, or just protect ourselves.
Okay, tyrannical government, doesn't matter how many people have guns. A tyrannical government will beat. Like, trained military men are going to destroy a guy in his backyard who shoots a gun at pumpkins every freaking Halloween.
What about people who shoot them more than just on Halloween?
Alright, but let's be real. Like, the weapons that the government has are a lot stronger.
Of
than the
course,
ones
yeah.
that people have.
I
But
would
still-
almost disagree with that, because a lot of the weapons that my agency carries in particular are actually almost like petty compared to the ones that the public can get. Like, we carry M16s and Remington shotguns and like SIG pistols. Those aren't even like the top of the line shit. Like, those are almost like bottom of the line. And
that's still better than what you can get as a civilian.
Yeah, but Jake, here's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nolan.
No, I honestly, I don't believe so. Like, I feel like as a civilian, you can almost get better shit than you can get if you were in the military.
Okay, in the military, you can get whatever the fuck you want, though.
No, you can't. They assign you a weapon.
Yeah, they basically, they have a certain, for each branch, they have a certain amount of weapons that you can have. And so, like, a certain amount as in, like, the amount and the type. They only specify a certain type. And those types aren't really as good as others. I mean, they might be good accurate-wise, but, like, when it comes to quantity over quality, it's really outweighed by the public side of things.
I agree 100%. Yeah, because you got to. Yeah, they may have like tanks and drones and all of that.
Like, and a lot of times too is public. There's people that are carrying like extended mags and shit in their pistols, and we have fucking cops carrying mags with only 7 fucking bullets in it. Like,
cops' pistols actually have. I think their triggers are really hard to pull, right? For an officer,
it always that way, so you can't
actually shoot somebody.
It depends.
Which I think is kind of stupid.
You can actually set it to a different kind of setting. Some agencies might actually.
Maybe it's just NYC cops, but like you need like a really high pounds pressure or whatever. I don't know what the fuck they call it.
All right, Jake. So if we have everyone, if we ban guns, like no one has guns because it doesn't matter if we fight the government. Okay, we ban crack cocaine, but that's people get that as long as there's a demand for it. Someone's gonna make it. People know how to make guns with the internet. You can figure it out, no problem. So would you rather have?
No, Australia banned guns.
Okay.
And there hasn't been a single mass shooting since they banned guns.
When did they ban guns?
In the 90s, I think. Let me look it up.
Wasn't there just a shooting in Australia from like an ISIS shooting or some shit? Like, I think a year ago, maybe?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure there was.
Ooh.
I mean, if you can find me an article and send it to me, sure, then maybe I'll look at it, but...
What are you, like a secretary?
I mean, I can say there was... I don't know if that's true, that's the thing.
Look up Australian shooting. I'm guarantee you'll find something. But I just think that... I'm with you on this one. Jake, number 1.
Yeah, I'm pro-gun, too, because I would rather have a lot of good people have them than just all bad people having them.
There was actually a shooting in Australia in May.
In May, okay.
Yeah, and it was their worst shooting since 1996.
Did they relieve the gun ban or something? Or?
I'm not sure.
That's crazy. They banned guns and they're still massacres. Dude, explain to me why Chicago has more deaths than Iraq and Afghanistan combined, and they're a gun-free zone. Every gun-free zone actually has more shootings. Why? Because more bad people get guns.
Yep.
Like, Nolan, you lived in Chicago for a time period.
Yep, for about a year.
Yeah. They're a gun-free zone, and they still have shootings. You live in New York City. Gun-free zone. I'm sure you guys still have shootings.
It's, like, actually not common at all. It's the safest city. It's one of the safest cities in the world. I swear to God, you can look it up.
I want to. I feel like you guys have a good amount of shootings.
We don't. You'd be surprised. Look it up.
Well, I mean, you definitely have those stabbings, especially in the Bronx, huh?
Okay, yeah, we did have a stabbing. That's true. We had a stabbing in the Bronx.
Too soon?
I didn't know one personally.
Dude, what about people who drive into crowds with cars?
That's a weapon.
That's actually more dangerous than a gun. It's like a 2-ton weapon, and you can just kill a bunch of people at once going 80 miles per hour.
But in a car, it's not like you can keep going like after you hit a wall.
Yeah, but you can keep going if you hit people.
Why do you have to hit a wall? Yeah, you can just keep hitting people all day.
That, but
it's like you make it seem like every time someone gets hit, a wall appears.
Okay, that's
out of the ground.
Stupid of me to say. Okay.
Jake thinks real life is Fortnite. People are just building shit. Something there's like a person sees the guy in front of him get hit by a car, and the car's coming, and he's just like,
wall.
He's like, I'm good. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's
but the
good
thing
to
is,
have
at least
guns.
cars have a use that everyone needs. You
So
can't
do
say
guns,
guns
dude.
have a use that isn't just recreation.
No, they do. It's like, have you ever
Hunting.
seen hunting? You ever see convenience
But do you
store?
need to hunt? It's recreational activity. You don't need to hunt. You do it for fun.
No, not necessarily.
I mean, you can do it for food, but you don't have to.
Right. I guess you don't have to. But if you want to live a more healthier lifestyle and like live off of real meat instead of processed meat, I guess it's just a preference. But yeah, I guess
You don't need to do it.
You don't need to do it, but Jake, you ever see videos of like people who work at gas stations get a gun pulled on them, and then they pull a gun on the person robbing them and shoot them?
I'm just saying, if guns
that's
were
kind of a
banned,
use.
neither of them would pull a gun on each other.
That's not true, dude. Look at Chicago.
Because there's guns everywhere else in fucking America.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
Like, you can buy a gun in a different state and bring it to Chicago. No one's gonna fucking check your car.
Jake, there's no cocoa plantations in America, but there's plenty of cocaine in America.
Oh my god.
It gets here. It's gonna get here. If people want it, they're
Like
gonna
you
get
said, but
it.
it's not, I mean, maybe, yeah, some will get through. Like, if you really want a gun,
Some.
you're gonna be able to get a gun
Exactly.
when they're
Yeah.
illegal. But the thing is, like, overall, over a long period of time, there will be less deaths and less shootings and less people will be killed.
I understand that you
Like,
you
sure,
think
yeah,
that.
you can get a gun into the United States.
Explain Chicago, dude. Like the murder rate went
I
up.
just did, because guns are not illegal in the United States, so you can
Dude,
get a
Nolan,
gun
can't
and
you
bring it to
tell
fucking
he's like from
Chicago.
Brooklyn? He's got like that Brooklyn.
Your arguments don't make any sense. Like,
No,
the
they
only
do.
reason you need a
Dude.
gun is because, like, oh, I want a gun. Like, there's ups and downs to everything, right?
No, it's not. That's not my only argument. I want a gun. I want guns to be legal because you can protect yourself. And it's
Protecting.
good
But
to be
let's
able
be
to
real, okay? Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real.
Let's be real. You
Okay.
want a gun because they're fun to shoot.
Well, and
Yeah. Let's
be real.
protect
They are.
They're
yourself.
fun to shoot.
And to protect yourself.
Yeah, and I like
Sure,
to
to
have one.
protect yourself, but have you ever had to use your gun to protect yourself?
No, but if I do, I have it.
Yeah.
Like,
And if
for
you
the large
do, you
majority
don't
of gun
have
owners
it.
are not using their guns to protect themselves.
Jake, if someone came in that door behind you
think-
with a gun,
I-
you would
I
have
honestly-
nothing to do.
I think that's
If there's
almost.
a gun pointed at me, they're not gonna let me take out my gun and point it back at them.
I think
That's
that's
how that
only
works.
because you live in New York. You think that, but I live in the southern part of the United States, and I see people every day using their open carry. So like, you will see people just walking down the street with a fucking gun, like
Yeah,
hanging
which
off
is
the side of
fucking
them.
stupid.
You think that's stupid, but it actually, like, to me, like, if I would, okay, so say if I was fucking drunk and I was gonna go and get fucking a bar fight or some shit, or like I was gonna go stab
See,
some
that's
people.
two things right there. You're drunk and you're going to get, like, what are you? What's your?
Well, no, that's the,
I
those are
wanna
the,
get
those
into
are
a bar
the
fight.
I'm saying is
That's-
it's going to deter me if I see it that he's got a fucking gun on him to do anything. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go home at that point and
Well,
fucking.
then, how about you don't get drunk and get into a bar fight?
I was just speaking hypothetically. Like,
Is that an option though?
it it deters people from actually doing anything.
Yeah,
and I think, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. I think you should be allowed to have guns for fun. All right.
Yeah.
What about if you need to like? Why can't you have like if you live in a bad
Alright, okay,
neighborhood?
okay.
If you lived in a bad neighborhood and there were shootings outside your house all the time, you're
Like
gonna
in
go.
Chicago.
Yeah, you're gonna go. I want a gun.
Yeah, but if guns are banned, there won't be shootings outside your neighborhood. Now, I
Except
know you're.
for Chicago.
Except for Chicago and all these other gun-free zones.
Shush. Okay, let's say
No, you can't
gun-
just disregard that. You can't just.
I
brush
can
that off.
because I'm. My argument is
You're
based
gonna
on
say
the fact.
important? Were you gonna say
No,
because I'm
I was saying
important?
implied, but
Uh-oh.
my argument's based on the fact that guns, or based on the idea that guns are banned in the United States, right? And you're gonna say guns are gonna get through anyway, but guns that do get through are gonna be a lot more expensive and a lot harder to get. The places where there are shootings in Chicago are low-income zones. These people aren't gonna be able to just buy a gun easily. They can't afford it.
Dude, they literally do. You can just go walk up to somebody and buy a gun. Like they
Yeah,
have
because
gun
guns aren't
dealers.
illegal in the United States. But if they are, then that wouldn't happen.
I think it would take a very long time to get a lot of the guns off the streets of Chicago.
It would take a little
especially.
while. But the thing is, like,
I do see
eventually
your
we would
point.
get rid of them.
I do see your point.
Like, the only ones that we wouldn't get rid of are the ones that aren't being used. And, like, over time,
that aren't being used.
yeah. Because
What
how are
does
you
that
gonna
mean?
find a gun that's not
That's not on record or something.
exactly?
They make them. They're called ghost guns.
I mean, those are very difficult to get, aren't they? Like even
No.
now.
No, the people just make them like in their
Yeah.
garage, and they don't have a serial number or anything on it.
They just
Yeah.
build a gun in their garage.
Yeah, it's not very hard, dude. They're not super
It's not.
complex.
Yeah, it's not super uncommon either.
Oh, okay, well.
Hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
so I think guns should be allowed in the United States, but I just don't think ARs, like an AR-15, is a necessary gun for anyone to own. You don't need an AR-15 to defend
Why are you so
yourself.
afraid of them? They're really not that crazy. Like it's like a 22 rifle. It's like a gun you buy a kid. It's just that it looks
Okay.
cool.
Because you can use an AR-15 to do mass shootings, but you can't use like a freaking shotgun.
Yeah, you can.
You can, but it won't be nearly as destructive as an AR-15.
You want to bet, dude? A shotgun, like how a shotgun works, is there's something called like there's buckshot, and it has 8 bullets inside, so it shoots
Well, yeah,
8
it's
bullets and
8,
it
yeah, I
spreads
know.
out.
I know how that works, but
That's pretty deadly, dude.
so you're telling me if I went into a school with a shotgun, I'd be able to kill 19 people in 5 minutes the same way that this kid did with an AR-15?
I think it would be close. It would be pretty close.
Yeah, just
You
because of
think
the
so?
spread. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, you only have to aim it one direction, and the shot actually goes into like basically 30 different like directions at the same time. So
You
I
know,
mean,
the-
you get a certain amount of bullets in your fucking shotgun before you have to reload again. But I mean, I think that spread will actually, like, it'll hit more people in the same amount of time.
You know what I find interesting?
What's
People
that?
who spend like $400 on a backpack just because it has a label on it that they think is cool, like Supreme.
So, hype beast.
Oh yes,
I think they're
These
called
people
hype
are
beast.
often referred to as hype beasts
Okay.
Why does that piss you off?
because I feel like you have to have a special level of insecurity to feel good about yourself, or the only way to feel good about yourself in public is by wearing clothing that is worth thousands of dollars, when in reality, in everyone else's eyes, it's just a waste of money.
Yeah. Dude, I think I agree with you, and I think a lot of it too is because people just don't have any personal identity. Like
Yeah.
they have no personality, so they have to try to make up for it with
Yeah.
Supreme and just
The thing that bothers me
Yeezys.
about it too is like a lot of the stuff is like not even nice. It looks like stupid.
Right, yeah, like it has that fucking like faded ass look.
Or
That's
just
fucking so stupid.
Have you seen a
Like
Bape hoodie?
holes.
What?
A what?
A Bape hoodie?
No.
Like a sweater. Like the Bape sweaters. These are Bape sweaters. Right? The sweaters is zip all the way up, and they have like a shark face on them.
That's so fucking stupid.
I had one of those when I was a kid.
So this is a Bape's hoodie.
We
These
get
are
the
kids.
idea.
It is $230 fucking dollars. I'll just post it in case one of you want to look at it. Doesn't really matter. But
All right.
yeah, and if you look at it, like, there's no way anyone that doesn't know what that is would think that's like a cool thing to wear. I think that looks good.
Fucking $230.
You know?
What the fuck?
Yeah, but it's just because everything's so materialized. I can't say it.
Materialistic, maybe?
Yeah,
No, you said it.
materialistic. I mean, everything's like flashy. Like if you look on Instagram, it's like cars and money and watches for everybody. That's what everyone does. It's just pop culture now to be in debt. You know?
I wouldn't go as far to say that. I would say,
Well, it puts you in debt if you're paying $230 for a shark hoodie.
yeah, and it's always like really low income people. Like,
Well, yeah, and it's like compensating.
Yeah, I know. They'll be wearing like, you know, white t-shirt from fucking Hanes.
Dude, it's
Sweatpants that are from Payless, and then fucking $900 Yeezys.
yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Nolan?
I really don't have too much of an opinion besides that I think it is a waste of money to spend like shit money on a logo. but on the other half, like I have probably like 5 pairs of Ray-Bans, and are they better than fucking regular sunglasses? Maybe. But I mean, you know, obviously Ray-Ban is a fucking brand.
I guess some
like.
things exceptions.
Right. But
because like
I mean,
I feel like companies like Ray-Ban, they get popular and more expensive because of their quality.
Right. Yeah. It is definitely a better quality than like fucking going to a gas station and picking out a fucking pair of sunglasses.
Yeah.
That
like,
are,
as far as sunglasses goes, either you get like cheap $20 sunglasses or you get like expensive sunglasses. There's no like middle ground, I feel like.
right.
Yeah, dude,
So,
Ray-Bans used to be like $5. Like they used to give them to all the soldiers. Just hand them out.
They look cool.
They look cool, yeah.
Like the aviators back in the day, they used to hand that shit out.
Yeah, just give them for free, and they got really popular for whatever reason.
But like even Apple, I give a small pass on. Just because like at least it's
a
unique.
small pass though.
Dude,
Not
Apple,
even like
they're the worst.
It's super overrated. I feel
it is overpriced, but at least it's like a unique thing.
Not
like,
really. I mean, it was when it
OS.
came out, but then every phone has been the same since like the
I'm
6.
talking about laptops.
Yeah, them too.
okay.
The thing is,
I'm-
like, at least you get something that's different from what's normal.
It's different, but if you bought like a MacBook the year before, it's not very different, and if you bought the one that came out the year before that, it's exactly the same.
If
So you're
buy it
not
every
really getting
year,
anything
that's just
different.
stupid. But
Dude, that's the most
thing is,
hype beast thing ever. Is
MacBooks-
Apple?
No, I don't think so. Because
That's because you're a Apple hype beast. You can't
That's
be
not true.
biased, dude.
no. Because at least a Mac is like
Better?
It's simple to use and easy. I don't think they're better at all. I'd rather use a PC. But they're. I'm not gonna lie. They do have like nice. I feel like they use good materials, right?
Until you need to like
I mean-
transfer a file, and then it's like a huge ordeal.
I mean, I don't think that's true. I think Mac does a really good job of making it so it's really easy for anyone to use.
So you think that like
And that's their
Apple?
selling point.
So you think that Apple sells like not only their fucking Macs but like their phones because they're simple and easy and
Yeah,
actually
like an iPhone is so it's just easier. It's more user friendly.
right.
Androids. I mean, Androids you can do more with, but like a lot of people that want to buy a phone just want something that is easy to use.
It's more practical almost.
I wouldn't even say practical. I feel like it's more of a preference thing.
It's not easy to use if you don't have one ear pod.
Oh, I actually bought a pair of AirPods.
I know, and you lost them, you said.
Yeah, fucking, what a shame.
Dude, it's nonsense. I don't think it's like any better. I mean, it's the same thing as it was when it first came out. Like, I would
But
like to see some innovation.
iPhones are the same price as like any.
No,
high-end phone.
dude, like the X was like $1,000.
Okay, but no one bought
Yeah.
the fuck. But like the iPhone 8 is probably what, like 800.
That's more.
Well, I bought my iPhone 8 for I think it was like 3 something maybe.
Oh, you bought an iPhone?
Yeah, I did switch over to iPhone recently.
Really?
'Cause
Okay.
So I had the Moto X for the longest time,
I
and
like iPhones. I think they're.
it just like it kept on dying on me, and then I would see. So my girlfriend, she's got an iPhone, and hers would last like she could go 3 days without charging the fucking thing. So I was like, mine would die like at noon every
I
day.
can't go
Mine
3
would be
days
at like
without charging my phone.
20%.
Yo, that could just be
So-
because batteries lose their efficiency over time. Like even car batteries. Like just batteries in general just slowly die out.
Or
And you've had that Motorola X since I've like known you.
well, no, because
So,
I
yeah,
I upgraded to the best or the newest Motorola X, and then
Oh,
it
really?
still fucking died forever.
Oh shit, maybe.
And it kept on breaking my chargers. Like for the longest time, I would have to buy a charger every 2 weeks because it kept on breaking them. And then I bought this iPhone, and I've had the same charger throughout the same time. And it's been almost a year now that I've actually had this thing, and it keeps its battery life. So I mean, like I have no complaints. I prefer it now. I honestly, I would be the one person to tell you that iPhones fucking suck. Apple sucks. Like, don't ever buy them. But now that I bought mine, I think I'm converted because it's definitely more simple and it's like
It's It's a cleaner design. That's what I like about it.
I mean, yeah, they're sleek and they're intuitive. It's just, I mean, a little kid can pick up an iPad and use them. However, it's nothing. It gets old. You know, it gets old. The
I
same
disagree.
thing.
I just like I just like having an iPhone. It's good build quality. This Apple support is generally really fucking good. Like, this phone's new, but they gave it to me for free because my other phone just, like, there was like a bug with an OS update.
Yeah.
Give me a new fucking phone. And that's the phone that I had when I was in Oswego, the iPhone 7.
Yeah, I remember when you got it.
And then, like, literally a year and a half later, I'm like, hey, this stopped working. You're like, oh, here's a new phone.
Well, that's good, but I mean, I don't think the company's really going far. I feel like they're kind of stagnant. I mean, they are $1 trillion. They're almost $1 trillion company, but they're very stagnant.
Like they haven't made any innovations lately.
I agree. Yeah,
like,
and that's what I don't like.
The first iPhone was definitely, like, changed the game.
Well, the first fucking iPod changed the game.
Yeah, they did. They really changed the game for a lot of things. But ever since, like, Steve Jobs died, even while he was alive, like, it was just after I did the iPhone 3G or something that it just really was no innovation.
Yeah, but I mean, just like, I feel like it
really shit as well.
Yeah, and I feel like the same thing's going to happen with the iPod. I mean, because I remember when iPod came out, I was like, wow, this is crazy, and everyone's going to have them forever. They're never going to go away. You know, you can just listen to music and play games. But nobody has an iPod anymore, and I feel
no one
the
has
same.
an iPod Touch.
And I feel like that's going to happen with iPhone because they're not doing anything different.
Well, the thing is, the reason why no one's an iPod anymore is that everyone put their music on their phone. It's just the same thing as the phone. The iPod was the same thing as a phone, except you couldn't call people, right?
Right.
So what's the point of having an iPod if you can do it all on your phone? I feel like that's why it went away.
Okay, I know, but then they're gonna have like Samsung, hypothetically speaking, will come out with like a phone that you can type on, like with a computer type thing, and then suddenly like, why would I have a computer when I have a phone and a laptop? And then suddenly no more iPhone. Does that make any sense? I just kind of went off the cuff there.
that didn't make any sense.
I just really want to prove you wrong. I think Apple, it has good stuff, but I just don't like how they're like really screwing their consumers.
The thing is, they screw their consumers in a way that's that's really obvious. That's what kind of pisses me off.
I know, but then you go and buy it. That's why I didn't buy, because I used to have iPhone, and then I stopped buying it as soon as the 7 came out. I'm like, they're getting rid of the headphone jack, and it looks exactly the same. Screw it.
Nah, it's sleek. Look at that.
It's sleek, dude.
Let me see your phone.
Mine? I have the S7.
Let me see that. How old is it?
I got it when I, like, a year and a half ago.
In Oswego, right? I think I saw your S7. Ew. It's plastic, isn't it?
No, it's glass.
Ew. But it's plastic behind that glass. Fucking
yeah, but at least it's different than the other ones.
Is it, though?
Yeah.
Is the Samsung Galaxy S7 really different from the S6? And is it different from the S8?
Yep.
Probably not.
What's different?
The screen's rounded and it has a little tab you can go like this and pull out and get all your like apps and alarm clocks and shit like that.
All right, what else? You could say
well, just that alone is more than the iPhone. I mean, at least they're giving you more things and not taking them away. I still have this thing I can put. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's you can put a little cord in here and listen to your music.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with that design change as well, but.
Yeah, I mean, like, I honestly.
What do you agree with? Like,
for doing this podcast, I wanted to charge my phone and listen, like, so I could actually talk to you guys. And I realized that I couldn't do that because, you know, the whole iPhone jack thing. So
sucks.
It sounds like it. Like, technology is supposed to make your life easier, not harder. And it sounds like it's making lives harder. To me.
Well, getting rid of the headphone jack made the phone thinner. Thus, it made it lighter.
Ooh, dude, phones are already super thin. You know, I like innovation is not taking things away to make it look different. It's having the same things more and making it smaller. Not like I mean you can make anything smaller if you take out a huge component of it. Like I could make the thing is, like, okay, my computer lighter if I remove the hard drive. Like, dude, look how light it is now. It just doesn't fucking do what I want.
Apple's justification for it is that the headphone jack hasn't changed for like 7 or 50 years or something.
I know,
like
so
that.
change it. Don't fucking take it away. Like Bluetooth was already a thing. Like my car has Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's just
so does everyone else's.
It was, we could have a discussion about the headphone jack if you want.
Yeah, they're like, they can. But they're just like, dude, dude, fucking headphones going nowhere. It's been the same. Yeah, so was your phone.
I mean, no, it hasn't. The phone's been changing.
What's different from the iPhone 7 versus the 6?
There's a speaker up here now.
Oh, okay.
Instead of just over there. I mean, there's small things that are different, but like the rounded edges, like, is that really a major change? For example.
On what? Mine?
Yeah, I feel like the amount of innovation that Samsung is doing and Apple are doing are around the same. Like no one's really made any.
Well, I disagree because Samsung had waterproof phones like years before Apple even.
All right, and then
considered
Apple had a fucking thumbprint scanner before Samsung.
Whoop-de fucking do, dude.
Yeah, whoop-de
so does
fucking do,
Disney.
whatever.
So does the entrance to Disney. Like,
But what I'm saying is like it's the same type of argument, so that means your arguments are whoop-de fucking do as well. It's just like
I would rather
it's
have
just small
waterproof
things.
than a thumb scanner.
Yeah, well, you have both, don't you?
Because then I have my phone if it gets wet. If I have a thumb scanner, my phone's
It's
gone.
waterproof.
Well, like my phone now it has a thumb scanner and it's waterproof.
I know, but I'm saying it took them years to do that. Like that was
Right.
just like a given. Phone should be waterproof.
Well, okay, so
I mean, it's hard to make phones waterproof.
Right. Yeah, that's true. But I did see that there was this Droid. It wasn't a Samsung, but it was a Droid. And what they had was, so they had a phone like this big, right? And whenever you wanted to take a picture, like it actually extended itself for the camera. So it made it smaller of a screen, but the camera extended itself. So that was pretty cool. That was like an innovation.
Yeah.
But that's basically like a $3,000 phone.
Yeah,
So-
Yeah,
that's
there was another phone that they came out with. It didn't come out with it, but it was a concept for like a modular phone where it's kind of like building a computer. You can choose what components you want and switch out whatever ones as they get old and you want newer ones. So if you want to change the camera, you could it'd be like Legos that you pull off. But it didn't really catch on because it was too expensive and just.
is that what is that? Apple or Samsung?
It was neither. It was something Kickstarter thing.
Yeah, it was like a Droid type thing.
You ever hear about Smart Halo?
Yes, isn't that the?
That's what we did our
Bikes?
project on.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Smart
think it's a
Halo.
pretty good idea.
And then Irving did his little fucking dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fucking.
Fuck it.
That was funny.
But fuck. Yeah. So enough about. I guess enough
All right,
about
well-
phones. So. What about gaming though? What do you think
Yeah.
that's going? I feel like that's becoming like the new Major League Baseball.
Gaming.
Kinda, yeah, because they draw huge crowds. And that
I've been
person
very
they can-
disappointed in gaming for a while now.
I mean, like the sport aspect of it.
Oh, like
the
esports.
MLG.
Yeah, esports. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Um,
not much.
I don't follow esports. I think it's kind of stupid.
A lot of people
like-
do. A lot of people
Yeah, I
do.
know. And
I've gotten drunk with some buddies and we actually put on esports and
would you watch?
it was what was it? I forgot what it was. I think it was a Rocket League tournament that they had.
Okay.
And it was the weirdest thing because they actually had like real commentators.
Yeah, I know.
like-
It's really bizarre, right? It's like what? It's not
like a real fucking sport.
I know.
But,
That's how I.
but there's like these fucking nerdy dudes just being
Yeah.
like, oh, well, he gets an aerial ball. Like, it's like, how the
And their
like,
names are so fucking weird. Like XX Tenacious flying to get like this stupid shit.
yeah, they have these stupid ass. It's like a typical gamer name, but it's like it's not very practical in like the sport aspect of
And
it.
then I'll go to like the gamer's view, and they're like, they mess up. They're like,
Yeah, they're all just sitting on their controller. They're like, come on, and they're just like talking, and they're like, oh fuck, no, dude. Like
yeah.
it's kind of a joke, but I feel
I
like
think it's a joke too, but like,
It's not a
I
joke
feel-
if people are making millions doing it and
It's
getting
right.
sponsors, though. That's
but
pretty
right,
serious.
the thing is, like, I feel like as far, cause I have watched esports. You really just gotta let all the cringe go.
yes,
You gotta just really
yes.
just feel like just get into it and not care about the cringe aspect. You just kind of just gotta accept it.
well,
And
no,
then-
that's what
and I-
happened with you and I in Skyrim. Like, it was so cringy, but then we played, and then we couldn't stop.
yeah.
Right, yeah, like
thought-
we literally talked trash about it for like ever until we actually played.
Yeah, you know, like the Lord of the Rings esque world.
Yeah, like
I think
almost
those are
like.
really cool, actually. Like the whole.
But I
universe.
feel like we think about that with like LARPing, but we've
Oh, no,
never really
LARPing's
gotten to
fucking-
LARPing.
LARPing's fucking retarded.
It's on a different level. I
LARPing's
think.
just like, what are you doing?
But okay, so with the esports thing, I think it's only going to get bigger because of one reason, and that's because of. So you see these. Okay, so like if you guys know any fucking kid between the range of like 3 and 7, you know that they go on a tablet at least 8 hours a day and they watch these stupid YouTube videos.
No, they watch
of
live
fucking,
streamers.
Or like live streamers, YouTube videos. They watch fucking all these stupid ass shit of other people playing games, which doesn't make sense to me because like my little sister, she would watch this like girl on YouTube play with toys that my little sister owns. So like instead of her playing with her own toys, she would watch somebody play with the same exact fucking toy.
Well, you know
it
what?
doesn't make any sense to me.
The NFL is a game that people watch. You know, you watch them play a game.
Yeah, but you don't ever so you watch that game because you're never been at that that level to play that game.
Same with the people who are really good at like
This is true.
Call of Duty and shit. You know, no one's they're the best in the world, and it's just fun to watch people who are the best at something do it.
Yeah.
But the thing it's gonna be weird is like, you know, like those NFL documentaries, like where it's like all like adrenaline pumping and it's the team in the locker room and they have a speech like, you know, and they're doing their chants and they run out in the field. Like, how are they gonna do that with video game sports?
They
It's
fucking
like,
do, and it's so cringe.
But dude, it's just like
It's
like,
super weird.
Yeah, let's go get it, and then just,
It's exactly what it's so weird. Like if you watch like League of Legends esports, they show like all these like fucking camera angles of all the people walking out on this stage, and they sit down at their computer like fucking play.
It's even funnier like for the people who win. They have like weird celebrations that they do. Like it'll be like some little Asian kid, and they'll be like,
Yeah, I know. You see people. It's so fucking stupid.
"Oh my gosh!"
But I think gaming in general has like, I don't know. I feel like all the games that I've played lately have been kind of whack. Like I feel like the way gaming is now is it's so goddamn money driven. Like, there's nothing actually that good. Like the companies that can actually make really, really good games don't because they're more concerned about making money, and then the companies that are really just want to make good games don't have the funds to do it, and it just becomes like a cycle.
yeah.
I think that's what happened with like PUBG and Fortnite though.
Yeah,
like
that's what I think happens, too.
before they became super popular, they were like they didn't have a lot of money to make the game, so they just kind of put it out there, and then it just kept on catching on, and then they started adding like more incentives to buy things and shit like that.
Yeah, like PUBG is a perfect example. Like it was like a genuine idea at first, and they got all this money, and now it's just greed. That's
Like
what
Apple.
Now it's all about spending money.
it's a pain in the
Or
ass.
whatever.
But you know they announced the Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh shit.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
Do we
I mean,
know
like,
what that is? Yeah.
I mean, hold on. Let me just spit this for you.
Okay, I'm just making sure
Look
you know
that.
Skyrim Elder Scrolls 5. So, yeah, Skyrim Elder Scrolls 5. And they announced Elder Scrolls 6, and I'm, like, really fucking hyped for it. But at the same time, like, I'm kind of worried that they just know that all these people are going to buy it, and it's going to be a really mediocre game.
Well, I thought they put out that. What was the one where it was like right after Skyrim? They put out, and it was basically Skyrim, just an online version.
Oh
Elder
yeah.
Scrolls Online. But that was, like, a different game. That was, like, an MMO. It wasn't, like... I don't know.
I heard it was super bad. We actually made a pact to not play it at all because we'd get.
I
too
played the
addicted.
beta of it for like 5 minutes. I just thought it was stupid. Like it just didn't work for that game.
So wait, why don't you like it? Just because they keep putting out new games and it's not very different? Like there's just slight changes?
Yeah,
Like Apple?
but I mean, if you want to compare it to that, but the thing is, like,
It's the same.
but I don't buy the phone every fucking year. I buy it as I need a new phone. Like when I need a new phone, I'll get a new phone. It'll just happen to be an iPhone. Like I'm not gonna change my iPhone 7 until like I really need a new phone.
I just wanted to just throw that in.
Okay.
That's all. But yeah, speaking of like media, the FCC, for it or against it, Nolan?
Against.
FCC.
Yeah, they like regulate radio, video, all that good stuff.
When
I've never even heard of that.
Okay. The reason why I want to talk about the FCC is because you know the whole net neutrality thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and they're trying to repeal net neutrality. They almost
Explain net neutrality.
So net neutrality is like it's a law is put in place so cable companies can't throttle internet speeds for the
Right.
consumer. So, like, all websites will have the same or have equal share of bandwidth.
But also, exactly, that's the thing, though, is they all have the same share of equal bandwidth. But the problem, I see a problem with that because companies like Netflix, who use insane amounts of bandwidth, have to pay the same amount as like a guy in his house starting some company online who doesn't have that much traffic or use that much bandwidth. They pay the same.
But the thing is, with net neutrality, is if they repeal it, this is what cable companies will do, because this is what they do in countries where there's no laws put in place for net neutrality. They will start selling you internet packages. Like, for example, you'd have to pay for YouTube, the media package, which is YouTube, Twitch, just all the media shit. You'd have to pay for the freaking porn package. You can't watch any porn unless you pay for the XXX package. That's what they'll end up doing because they can throttle internet speeds. And that's why it's a really big deal right now.
Why don't you have to pay for YouTube and all that shit now?
Because they're not allowed to throttle internet speeds for those websites. So you can go to them.
Wait, they throttle the whole website, not just the person using the internet?
They throttle, yeah.
So the entire company gets throttled.
Yeah, they can pick and choose what they want to load and what they don't want to load. So they can make it so when you go to a website, they'll say, hey, you can't go, you'll get like a pop-up.
When does that ever happen, though? Like, when have you ever gone on like YouTube or Netflix or some website and it says you can't use it?
Yeah, that's why it doesn't happen, because there's net neutrality laws put in place. But if they get repealed, that can happen. They're allowed to do that. They're not allowed to do that with net neutrality laws, which is why that's why it was a huge story, because it's like to a free and open internet, which means it's free use. Like, you can go anywhere on the internet for free as long as you pay for internet. Do whatever the fuck you want.
I feel like it would never get repealed then.
Yeah, it won't.
Who wants it repealed?
Only the FCC wants it repealed.
And what does the FCC stand for?
I don't.
Do you know?
It's the Federal Communications,
communication shit.
Commission or something. Yeah, Federal Communications Commission. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, but basically they're getting paid out by cable companies to try to repeal it because it's like really corrupt. This one guy, Ajit Pai, he used to work for Comcast, and he's getting this is all.
Why does he want to do that though?
Because he's getting paid by Comcast to.
Okay, why does Comcast want that to happen?
Comcast wants it repealed because they're an internet provider, and this way they can throttle internet speeds and charge you for the fucking media package.
Wow.
That's interesting. I've never known.
Well, that's probably not going to happen.
I mean, it probably won't, but it already got through the FCC and it got through the Senate. Like, it happened once, but it got repealed somewhere later on.
I don't see the benefits of that.
But it's gotten the farther.
Either.
Yeah, it fucks everyone over besides the cable companies.
Right.
Which is why
do they have a prop? Like, they just want to profit more? Like, this
they want to profit more, exactly.
Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe, I mean, if that does happen,
it screws us all over. That's what it's like.
I guess, but here's the thing: is natural
neutrality laws.
Yeah, well,
you
naturally,
gotta go pay for your YouTube.
Yeah, shut the fuck
and
up.
like, I feel like a lot of people's porn addiction though would go away because they don't want to be like, oh hey babe, we gotta. You think so? I feel like a lot of people would be like, nah, I guess I'm not gonna pay for it because, I don't know. I feel like you just get shunned if you pay for the porn package.
I know, right?
Like it's like back in the day where like you would go to a hotel room and fucking order a XXX movie and they would make you pay for it at the desk. Like I feel like it's like back then.
Yeah, you want that to happen now? Is that what you want?
Good old days. Yo, but dude, that's not. You know, if that does happen, just because of capitalism, that's why it's better than socialism. I don't know what you want because you're from New York City.
But the thing is, that there's so few.
Okay.
Theoretically, that would work, right? Capitalism would rule over, and there'd be
and then
other
someone
options.
would start a company, they would start some what?
Okay, but the thing is, there's like all the cable companies talk to each other. This is not legal, obviously, but they talk to each other and agree on prices.
It's basically like fucking gas stations.
And the thing is, the reason,
right?
Well,
Yeah.
actually, there's a bigger problem with it. So,
That's
also
just dude. That happens in every.
but listen, it's also
that
about
happens in every company. That happens
Okay.
in every type of business you can imagine. That happens.
Right.
Where they
Alright.
try to find the best advantage for both of them.
Yeah,
Right.
but the thing is, it's also about wiring in the houses. Like, all these companies placed wiring in everyone's houses for internet years ago, and they own that wiring. There's like Comcast wiring, Verizon wiring. It's all separate. Like, in order to get another internet provider, they would have to place their wiring in your home and down your streets, which is why it's almost impossible for these people to actually start another company. Like, which is why these companies like need to be regulated, because there's really they have a monopoly pretty much.
Yeah.
There's no one can compete with them.
Right.
Dang,
So
man.
even if you did want to start your own internet company, you fucking couldn't, because you don't have like the wires put down in all these homes.
I'm sure there's but I mean wires are gonna be a thing of the past eventually. Like there's fiber optic and it's great and it's fast, but
You
know
have
it's
to
not
lay it
gonna.
down though. You have to lay the fiber optic.
Yeah, but that's not gonna last forever. That's not gonna last forever.
You think it's going to be like totally like wireless and fiber
Yeah,
optic?
I don't
mean,
think
phone-
it will, because
dude.
wired will always be faster than wireless, no matter like even a million years from now. Like
Well,
a
yeah,
wired
and
connection will
it,
always
like,
be faster.
Yeah, physically it makes sense that it would be faster, right? I
Which
see
is
what
why
you're
like I
saying.
have a wired connection, because I want faster internet.
Yeah, but I feel like almost I feel like there might be a way that you can actually make it just as fast, if not faster.
yeah, me
than
too.
wired.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just where like science is heading. I feel like it could be possible.
I mean, there's
Right.
nothing going to be faster than a physical connection. That's just at least how it works.
Dude, people probably like there's nothing that's ever gonna be faster than a Model T.
But the thing is, it's like,
yeah, right.
but this is more of like laws of physics. Than like,
What laws of physics would that
Yeah,
be?
but that's the thing is you don't know what could be a
because
part of the
it's
future.
electricity. It's light. Nothing. You can't move faster than a fucking electrical current. It's a seed of light. Like there'll always be a delay if there's no physical connection. Because it's just physics. Like you can't move faster than freaking light. It's electricity. You can't move. It just. It's yeah.
Did you just dab on us right there?
He just
No.
dabbed.
Did you?
He
I
snuck
think
that
you
in.
just dabbed.
No,
you were like,
sure if you want.
That's what all this was about.
yeah, you
that's
just
what I
wanted to
get
dab on us. Who here believes in the flat Earth theory? Come on, raise your hand. Jake.
Nah.
Jake.
No.
All right, so I do personally. That's why I am wearing an FES shirt. This is
Flat Earth Society.
yeah, Flat Earth Society.
Yes.
Yep. I'm rocking one of their T-shirts that I got from the convention down here. No big deal or anything. Or I just made it. I'm not sure. But I'm going to tell you today that the Earth is actually flat, and I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why. But first, I want you to tell me why you think that the Earth is round.
How about you tell me why the Earth is flat first, and I'll debunk every single reason you list.
All right, so that's my thing. Is like seeing is believing, right? So how the
I mean, not
you've never seen the fucking Earth, right? So
I have. I mean, I live on it.
right, so you live on it. So you whenever you walk down the street, you're walking down a like a slope, right? Just to walk down the street, you're just like.
I mean, I guess
yourself?
technically you are, where the Earth is so big.
Right.
that it feels, and gravity's pulling you always down towards the center. So
Well, I'll give you a little reason why you should believe in flat Earth. So think of this as the Earth, this giant circle.
Is that a
okay?
cake pan?
So this right here we have is America, right?
that's unfortunate.
This right here is the others, and this is the island in the Pacific.
Which
what
one?
we call the Pacific. And then right here you'll see this says ice wall. So basically you can look on the side. This is just one giant ice wall around our land masses, as you say. This is the moon, okay? We put the moon on the Earth, and the Earth just rotates like this. and that's why we get the full half. Like all the different kinds of moons is because of this right here.
Wait, I don't get. Why would it be different kinds of moon? Wouldn't it be a full moon all the time?
No, because the Earth. So the Earth is always moving up. That's so what you guys call gravity is really just us right here, Earth, moving constantly up. Okay, that makes so much more sense than being a round ball just spinning a million times. How could you not feel the spins? Like, you spin like a fucking million times like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, how could you not throw up?
We spin once a day. What are you talking about?
Dude, how can...
Wait.
So how come we can't feel that spin?
Spin a million times a second? We spin literally one time a day.
Yo, Nolan, explain this then. Why do I suddenly believe there's flat after that demonstration?
Exactly, my friend. I will tell you why. Is because it makes more sense. Nobody has actually seen the Earth round. Like, I mean, besides these astronauts that say they go up into space, but I mean, I don't know you guys personally, but have you ever met an astronaut? Probably not. So I already debunked gravity.
Okay, I explained for the gravity. Explain this. Why do heavier objects have more mass? Like, for example, if you got a cloth, like a big blanket, and just pulled it tight, and you put a bowling ball in the middle, and then put a golf ball in the corner, why would the golf ball go towards the bowling ball? So
it's almost like it's a little bit of a mix between what you think of gravity and what we think of gravity. So, like, obviously,
but our gravity doesn't exist.
So, like, a heavier object, right? Whenever you're going up, it's obviously going to hit this quicker, right? Because it's heavier. It's just like it's a heavier object.
No. Wait. But weight is determined by gravity. So gravity is that moving up. It should hit all at the same speed no matter what.
No, because
Which it does anyway. Everything falls at the same exact speed. Like a bowling ball will fall at the same speed as a golf ball.
And that's because of this thing right here.
Right, but then why does one have more pull than the other?
Actually, they pull on.
It's the density. It's the density that matters.
Yeah, you mean the mass?
The density. It's actually, it has nothing to do with mass.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it has everything to do with mass.
It has zero to do with mass.
Oh my.
Zero to do with mass.
So you're telling me something that has a density of like 0.4, but it only weighs like a kilogram, would have the same...
It's not even possible. Name something that has a density of 0.4 that has like
wood?
Zero weight. Balsa wood?
Yeah.
What is the density of balsa wood? Do you know?
Less than water.
It's actually...
Which is 1.
What was that?
It's less than water.
Okay.
Water is
okay. So listen. I'm not here to go over the specifics, but I'm just saying that.
I mean, it's kind of your job to.
Okay, listen.
You're trying to convince us.
Okay, calm down. Hold on. We'll get to that
excited.
in a sec. We'll get to that in a sec. But if you look in history, who do you think?
No, don't look in history for scientific reasoning.
Just time out and listen to what I gotta say. But if you look in I'm talking way back in history. Who do you think of when you think of the smartest human beings before like our time period? Who do you think of?
Like
Albert Einstein.
No, like I'm thinking he's
like when before
Tesla.
They thought the Earth was round.
Tesla.
No, like before all the those are a part
Nikolai,
of us.
Yeah.
Galileo.
I'm talking like fucking the Asians with that Kun dude. Fucking what's the fucking name?
You mean Genghis Khan?
Genghis Khan, yeah.
He wasn't a genius. He was just...
No, I'm not saying him. I'm saying like that far into history.
Okay, but when they thought the Earth was flat.
Galileo.
Okay, yeah, we're getting somewhere with Galileo. We're thinking like
he didn't
philosophers,
think the Earth was flat.
right?
You're gonna fight with philosophers. They're not scientists.
I'm just saying, philosophers we think of as the smartest human being that were around then, right?
Get the fuck out of here. I think not.
Okay.
I think Newton was pretty smart, and he discovered gravity.
Okay, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah,
Newton is pretty smart, but he is included in us.
But he's... How the fuck is that possible?
Okay, listen.
He's a millennial?
God. Jake, just listen. Both of you just listen. Okay,
I think he's talking about people who are so far back we don't actually have very good like written history of them. It's just rough history, so we can work off of that.
So I'm saying, okay, so we got philosophers from Greece, and we got like, okay,
You know
so
what
the
philosophers
Egyptians.
Philosophers thought you could turn lead to gold.
Okay, I hear you on that one, but think about it. Like the Egyptians figured out a way to make these pyramids without like modern day fucking construction, right?
I mean,
that's
they did
pretty
it for
fucking
math.
insane, right?
Right.
Could you do it? I mean, like, could any of you do it?
If
Not
I
if the Earth
had
was
the number
round.
of slaves and manpower, yes,
Okay,
I
well,
could do it.
Well,
If
I'm
I
just
said-
saying.
If I decided to say, build me those pyramids and threw human suffering at them, I'm sure they'd get built eventually.
Well, okay.
So
Whatever
who are you
think,
trying to get us to say? Who
But
do you want
I'm
us to
just
say?
saying that these are the smartest people in human history,
No, they're not.
and they were all portraying the Earth as flat. Even in the pyramids,
They were the
have-
smartest people in that time.
They were, right?
and
What about
now
the
we
smartest
have
people
people who are
today?
more informed.
Like, what about people who go to space and like
Do you
astro-
actually believe people who went to space?
What about
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders? He's the smartest person of the
Yeah.
last 200 years.
If you think that people have gone into space, I think you're ignorant.
Excuse me.
I think that if you believe that people have gone to the moon, I think you're ignorant.
You're right.
What
it
about
was
just
fake.
satellites?
Have you seen somebody land on the Earth or the moon?
I mean, I've
No, but I've
seen
s-
videos of it.
You see
You've
rocket
seen
launch, like you see SpaceX doing
videos.
launches all the time, and they have
You've seen-
videos of the launches.
So you've seen videos.
Yeah,
Have you seen?
videos are more
Ooh.
like better evidence than philosophers from like Jesus times.
Exactly.
It's debatable because
No,
I mean,
it's not.
Super debatable.
personally,
One you can see, and one you have to
videos-
suspend your disbelief entirely.
videos are way more. You can play with videos a lot more nowadays,
Okay, but you know how
especially.
hard it is to edit a video so much that you literally fake an Earth in space?
You know how easy it is for me to hold up my finger and pretend it's a lightsaber and fucking stab somebody in the face? Like, it's super fucking easy.
But
That's
I
called
can
a I
see
gotcha.
your finger isn't a lightsaber, so it doesn't matter.
Right, but I'm saying is I could manipulate the video into making it look like a lightsaber.
But we
and
know it's
fucking
not.
No, I
stabbing
get,
shit.
dude. He's got a point, Jake. Because you think about like the movie like Mad Max
Exactly.
or Shrek.
Like, it's
All fictional. All fictional.
fucking Avatar, anything.
Okay, but the Earth is not flat. Like, the thing is, none of this helps your point.
Well, wait, Nolan, explain. Okay, so where is the sun
The
in
sun.
relation to the flat Earth?
You gotta Google that real quick, don't you?
Do you actually believe in the sun, though?
Yep.
You do.
Yeah, I got
How is there
I got
light?
sunburnt like 2 weeks ago. So yeah.
Are you sure that's
Actually,
not?
I actually saw a video, like a little GIF of how the sun and moon work, and it's fucking laughable. Let me see if I can find it.
So
How do you-
where's the sun? Like directly above, or because it can't be like beneath us.
It is. It rotates. First of all, we don't rotate around the sun. It rotates around us. So it's almost. It's basically.
that's
it's
true with flat Earth logic. Yeah, the sun does.
It's like the moon almost. Remember, it's the moon. And so it basically rotates like this, like the whole moon does.
Here,
It's
I'll
just
link
on
it.
opposite.
This is how they think it works.
And I don't know if you guys have known this, but beyond the ice wall, there's actually more land masses, and that's where we figure aliens come from.
Look at what I linked. This is what they think happens.
Wait, how high are the ice walls?
Ice walls are like super fucking high. Like,
Yeah, super high, like 100 feet.
at least
All
100
right.
feet.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to explain to me how come
But-
you can see different constellations at different times
But
of
I'm
the
telling
year.
you, you can't get over the ice walls because, like, NASA and the government, they actually have, like, mercenaries sitting there, and they kill anybody that wants to jump the ice walls.
Is it taller than Everest?
No.
Okay,
Not
then
that
how?
you can see it from Everest.
Yeah, you can see like the curvature from Everest.
Oh, so you guys have been on Mount Everest before.
No,
Oh, okay. So you guys have first-hand experience.
Have you been on the ice
Okay.
walls? Have you been on the ice walls?
I've seen.
Exactly.
I've seen it with my own proof.
So in order
Exactly.
for us to have any valid argument, we have to do everything we say.
But for you, you don't.
Exactly. Because mine
Wait.
makes theoretically more sense
All right,
than
so
yours.
can you explain this to me? Explain this to me. How come when you're at the equator and you look at the North Star, it's closer to the Earth, than as you walk further north, it gets higher above you?
Who the fuck says it's closer?
It's
Tell me
not
that.
closer.
No, it's like closer to the horizon, and then as you walk
Oh, yeah, to
north,
the horizon.
it goes above you more.
It's closer to the horizon because people can look into the sky and tell that the same fucking light is at a different angle at different places. No fucking way. There's no way.
Yeah,
There's
no.
That's
Yeah,
how
unless the
slaves
Earth
did it
was
in the
round.
1800s.
No, bro, because there's so many fucking lights in the sky, they can mistake it for anything. It's still right there. And okay, so if you look,
Have you seen the Truman Show?
so yes, so
You
the
probably
North
think
Star,
that's what it was
yeah, listen to this. So you think that the North Star is brighter, right? So
No, I'm just saying it moves as you go further north.
The North Star's the dimmest star. What are you fucking talking about?
so people believe the dimmest star. No, it's supposed to be the brightest star. That's how you can tell where you're
North
going.
Star is inside the fucking Big Dipper. It's that really dim one.
The Big Dipper. You
No, it's
believe
not
in the
inside
Big
the Big
Dipper
Dipper.
too?
It is. Is it? I'm maybe thinking something else.
No,
Wait,
it's at
you
the
don't even
tip of
believe
the
in the
Big Dipper. It isn't a big tip of the Big Dipper.
Yeah.
It's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Because if you follow the ladle part of the Big Dipper and you go up, it's the next star. Like if you trace a line to it, it's the next
like
star.
it's like okay, so it might not be a part of the Big Dipper, but it's like at the point of the Big Dipper.
Oh, it's part of the Little Dipper.
yeah, it's like the handle of the Little Dipper.
Okay, so either way, it doesn't even fucking matter because the only reason why it looks more like the horizon is because this is where your equator would be,
I'm
right?
wrong. Maybe it's not the dimmest.
No,
this
the
is
equator would be in the middle, bro.
Yeah, like down here.
Oh, is that okay? Well, it'd still be above that. I can't tell. What is America? What's South America?
This is America, right?
That's North America.
This is just USA, right up in here.
All of
Is it
that.
North?
This
And
is
then
all-
South America is super tiny now.
Yeah, it's just right here.
Okay.
So it looks like it's more at the horizon because it's so like this is where the North Star would be, like right in this area. It'd be like right here.
yeah.
So it only looks that far because they're at the bottom of the
I just
world.
want to take the time to appreciate that he actually made this.
Yeah. We didn't do that, so you gotta give him credit.
Yeah.
That is good. You spent time on that.
I did. I spent a lot
You
of
must
time
have
on
gotten
this.
at least a plus.
It was a C-, but I'm not bragging or anything.
You're still in school. What grade are you in?
I just graduated 4th grade last week.
Oh, congratulations, little buddy. I don't know if I'm convinced.
No,
I don't know if
I didn't put up good enough argument. Oh shit. Well,
stupid gravity knocking your phone over.
it's not gravity. That's funny though. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry I didn't convince you. I tried. It's just really hard to believe in something
Yeah,
that
you
it
gotta do your
obviously
homework.
doesn't make any sense.
You gotta do your homework next time.
Yeah. I guess.
I think he's done his homework.
So,
He understands.
not
it.
enough.
Yeah. Well, I guess you guys want to talk about more. Or you want to end this thing?
Don't we
anything
have to talk
else?
about Elon Musk?
Sure, we can talk about Elon Musk, but I don't know if Nolan wants to because he does space stuff.
I don't believe in Elon Musk. I think he's just
Alright, fuck
he's
we're not doing Elon Musk.
What about
Um,
Russia and the U.S.?
I wanna hear your opinions on Donald Trump. Jake.
Me?
Yes.
In what part? Like, give me a
Just
category.
like your thoughts on him when he got elected versus your thoughts on him now.
Okay,
Your-
I was happy he got
General
elected.
opinion.
Huh?
Your general opinion on him, like is it positive or negative?
Positive. What about you,
Just,
Nolan?
Mine is it's positive only because of one reason, and that's because Hillary Clinton is not president.
Okay, that's fair. I was kind of that's why I voted for him.
Yeah,
I'd
honestly, I'd rather him than her.
Hillary. Yeah,
I don't
so-
know. He's doing some stupid shit. Like, what's it all these? Why did he put tariffs?
Well, he did some stupid shit. Like I remember the time he got questions to the debate, and then he sabotaged Bernie Sanders, and then he deleted all his emails.
I mean, like recently.
Oh wait, that wasn't him. That was Hillary. Oh, recently, why did he put tariffs? I don't know. I mean, I'm not like super in favor of the tariff thing, but I'm not super against it either. Just because of the percent that we have to pay to send something out to a different country versus the percent that they have to pay. And the percent we have to pay is drastically higher than what they have to pay to send shit to us. So he's trying to level that out. So the deficit's not so huge.
That makes everything more expensive for us. It's just part of trade.
Right, and the motive behind that is to get more people manufacturing within the states.
Yeah, but then everything's gonna be more expensive because minimum wage in the states is like what, $7.50 in the cheapest state.
Probably. I think federal is $7.25.
I thought, yeah, maybe $7.25.
It's federal, but it's different per each state.
Yeah, so because of that, everything's gonna be more expensive, and people aren't gonna buy shit, and then everyone loses.
I mean, what's the difference between that and having a Democrat charge us an insane amount of tax?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna put it like that, I was gonna say if you're gonna put it like that, like, so would you rather the American people spend very little money on the U.S. economy or a lot of money on the fucking Chinese government, basically just buying all their shit?
Yeah,
so like
U.S., dude.
But why?
100%. Because we live here, and because the more money that we have, the better off things are going to be.
Instead of having our deficit like super like a fuck ton $1 trillion and then only spending our money at China. So we're giving them all of our money and we owe them a fucking shit ton of money. So like we're already a shit ton in debt instead of keeping the money in house.
Yeah, investing it within our own walls. Like we're growing their economy instead of growing ours, and we're growing their cities and their standard of living instead of ours.
And then once our economy starts growing a little bit more, then obviously the actual minimum wage or whatever needs to be will actually get higher as we go, as we start spending more money into those professions.
Yeah, because if more people are well, first of all, Jake, you have to remember as well that if it costs more to manufacture in a different country, people are just going to manufacture here. So therefore more jobs, therefore less unemployment.
But then everything's more expensive. People can't buy shit. It doesn't matter that things are manufactured here. Things that are manufactured in the United States are so much more expensive than things manufactured anywhere else in the world.
Right. Well, that's why trade is good. That's why trade is good.
That's why we need trade.
Right, but we don't need
like this kind of fucks everyone. I mean, it's not like what it is now. It's like it makes it inefficient to trade.
Well, it was inefficient for us to trade to other countries. So instead of it being one-sided, it's trying to level out. Like he doesn't want to get rid of trade. He wants it to be efficient for both countries to trade.
Equal out the playing field.
I gotta read about it more, but
No,
based on headlines, I mean, I haven't really read too much about it, but
no. What do you not like about him exactly?
I just don't like the aesthetics part. Just basically that he has to take everything to Twitter, just like social stuff. I like that he's a little out of the norm for a president. I like that he'll speak his mind, but I feel like sometimes he acts kind of like a child in some ways.
Yeah, but I mean, you're right. He does act that way, but based on what he's actually done, policy-wise.
So in my perspective, the only thing that he's done that has influenced my life realistically is he gave me an increase in pay. But
there you go. And that's the only thing people really care about with the president is if they're better off. Right. They only really care about how much money they get because that's the only thing that could really like directly relate them to some policy, it seems, for the most part, for most people. Right. And he has like 84 or something, like a high number, like in the 80% of approval ratings on the economy and jobs. and that's as of like this morning.
The one thing I don't like about him too is before his presidency, like when he was running for office, he was talking about how so like they would show unemployment stats and say how high it is with Obama and president and stuff, or like presidency like that. And he was explaining to the people that like these stats they're not really true, but they're not really false. Like there was a certain amount of people that were they were kind of excluded from the unemployment spectrum, but they should have been. And now, since he's been president, he's kind of taking those numbers that he said were false before, and now he's just, bragging about how true they are and how unemployment's down like a shit ton. That's kind of one thing that I don't like.
The thing is, the unemployment going down, like, who's to say it's Trump doing that?
Well,
I mean, unemployment has been going down since Obama was president. Just because it's gone down at... Actually, it's gone down at a slower trend now that Trump is president. But you can only do so much in 1 year.
Since when? Since 2008? Because there was a collapse, so of course it's gonna go down
rise
fast. Yeah.
Once it hits rock bottom, it can only go up at that point.
Yeah.
But you can't give Trump all this credit for employment rate going down or unemployment rate going down when it's been going down with Obama in office getting us out of a recession.
But you can give.
I don't think Obama caused the fucking economy to crash.
I mean, he wasn't the main cause. Lots of things did, but I mean, then he went and bailed the banks out.
I think that that the market was going to crash at some point.
And then what happened if he didn't bail the banks out?
Speeded it up.
What, Nolan?
I think he speeded it up just a little bit, but
sped it up.
Yeah.
But okay, let's say he didn't bail the banks out. Wouldn't that arguably have been worse?
No, because it's capitalism, and that's what happens. You let businesses fail so new ones can come and do the.
But then everyone loses more. You don't want another fucking.
Dude, then move to Sweden.
29 or some shit.
Then move to Sweden. That's what happens. Is businesses fail so new ones can come in and be better.
You don't want pure capitalism. You don't want that.
Why?
Because the last time when we had pure capitalism, we had people making 50 cents a fucking day, while the top 0.0001% were billionaires. Pure capitalism was the early 1900s, the industrial era of the United States. And you can't say that's better than what we are now. You can't say that.
No, it's not. It's not. But is that a capitalism issue? Ground. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Government regulation because people suck. You can't rely on the people to make the right decisions.
You can't rely on the government to do it for you either, because everything they do takes too long and costs too much.
Okay, I mean, it's better now. Clearly, it's not true because it's better now than it's been in 1908.
What's better now?
Just quality of life for everybody overall.
Yeah, because there was an industrial revolution.
Yeah, everyone was living in a shithole. There was no regulation. It was just pure capitalism. You do what you fucking want. You make money however you want. You need things like the FDA. You need things in the way.
But those people,
because as a whole, people suck.
Right. And those people, they took the jobs for 50 cents because that was the best option for them, though.
Did you realize that people choose who's in office as well? Unless you have Putin, who mingles in the election.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're referring to the wage gap is actually higher now. Like a smaller portion of people own more of the wealth now than they did.
Okay, but
way back then,
it's
which would
still more evenly distributed in the middle.
No, it's not. I'm saying it's more unequal now. Oh, I see what you mean, like the standard of living.
Yeah,
I mean like just the average income.
Yeah.
Right,
but I think the standard of living just came
pretty shit now compared to the 50s. Like baby boomers had it the best apparently, but I haven't read too much about it. But when you went to college as a baby boomer, which means you were born
30s.
No, you were born later in the 30s. Maybe
it's like in the 60s.
50s,
60s,
right?
Yeah.
You could pay off your college tuition in with a summer job.
Yeah, and you can't now.
Yeah, now it's impossible.
So what is your point?
Wouldn't
that mean you're better off then? When people had to really fend for themselves more and rely less on the government?
Well, I'm talking
because
about.
like with the feds and everything, the reason inflation goes up, like inflation is not inflation. Inflation is actually a tax, and it's because of poor budgeting and bad government spending.
Inflation's a good thing. You want slight inflation.
No, inflation. Okay, dude.
No, you want slight inflation.
Oh, you do?
Very, very slow inflation because that means more people are spending, and when more people are spending, that means
no, it doesn't. I mean,
yes,
no, inflation is there because government is bad at spending, so they have to print more.
Inflation is there because more people are buying shit. Deflation happens when people stop buying things, so you have to lower prices.
No, it's inflation's when the government adds more money to the economy. Like they start printing more money to where our dollar is worth way less than it originally was.
Exactly, it devalues the dollar. It makes it worth less. It makes the exchange rate less in favor of us.
Right.
But it means more people are spending. Like inflation is going to happen in a healthy economy.
It's debt.
No, yeah. So yes, it does encourage more spending because people have more money, but that more money is really equivalent to like less. So it used to be $1 for like a gold coin. Now it's like $1 for like a scraping of a gold coin. Like it's not even worth.
Well, that's because the value of gold went up.
Jake, what is the because inflation. Jake, what is the difference between Bitcoin and the U.S. dollar?
Well, you can't really use it.
What's the difference of them, like just fundamentally?
Well, but I guess Bitcoin you can use on the internet, but you can't use the U.S. dollar on the internet.
Right, but
Bitcoin
value-wise, what gives Bitcoin its value?
Sporadically.
Yeah, why is it valued? It's valued off of hype, like hype beast. It has nothing. Like money used to be backed by something tangible, gold, because you can do things with it. It's malleable and it has like all these amazing properties, and that's good. Bitcoin is backed in price based on hype, by nothing, and that's what happens when you inflate money. Is there's nothing that really makes it worth anything, and that's when things collapse, like Bitcoin did when it went from like 20,000 to like whatever it is now, like 6.
Yeah, I should have sold.
So inflation is not good.
You always want slight inflation because it means people are spending, but it's better than deflation. It's going to go one way or the other.
How does it mean people are spending?
Because when people are spending, inflation is when the prices of things are slightly going up.
Yeah, but that's not good.
That is good because that means people are buying things.
No, because then it means the wage you made last year, like if you made $15 an hour last year,
you don't want a fucking sporadic.
You're gonna do 2% less better than you did.
You want a very, very steady like increase.
So you want to pay more for things with the same amount of money you had in previous years.
I mean,
that's a good thing.
I guess like logically you don't want to do that, but the thing is like
logically, when
people spend, it means we have an active. And
right, but it's a false stimulation when there's just more money is being printed so that people can spend. It's a false stimulation. And you know what happens? That means
business is good. When
no, it's not. It means a bubble. No, it means a bubble is forming because there's artificial growth.
Right, so
it's not real growth.
Is the dollar supposed to stay the same amount no matter fucking what? Like, there's going to be inflation if there's a thriving economy. This is how it works.
How? How is that?
Like I said, people are spending more.
Right.
Thus, people that are selling the shit that's being bought can increase the prices.
You know what actually makes what makes an economy do better? That's like real growth, not spending and consuming. It's investment and saving. Because if you're investing into something, like if someone invests into a company, that stimulates the economy. Not buying a bunch of Yeezys.
That's true.
All right, I'm gonna end this. So, all right, Jake and Nolan, thank you for coming on.
When are we doing this next? We do this every week.
Do it whenever, man. Was it nice, Nolan?
That was nice. That is nice.
I had a good time.
That's good, man. All right, so thank you, Jake and Nolan, and have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.